I saw a post about one or 2 weeks ago on LinkedIn. Someone's basically saying that if you basically don't trust your staff members to work from home, then why did you hire them in the first place? I'm
Totally.
like, okay, that's very generic. That's very
Yeah.
large.
Yeah.
It's provocative. I don't like that post. But then I had a second thought, and I think I was doing a live about 2 weeks ago, and it popped in my head. And I think you're gonna like that. I
Yeah.
think the role of a leader, it's not a matter of trusting upfront and during and at home and all of that, but it's also to create an environment where you do not give a chance to fail to your staff.
Mm.
Because that's the thing, like just before we started, we planned to go home, we were saying, okay, this is how we're going to do it. We want you guys to be accountable. We want you guys to check in on Slack in the morning, say hi to people. We're gonna randomly call you. Just it's not a matter of not trusting. It's a matter of making them feel accountable for what they're doing, so that we don't give them a possibility of slacking or just not performing.
Yeah.
If you give a rope to someone, don't be surprised if that person hang himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't be surprised if they actually use that rope that you gave them. Yeah. No, I totally agree and understand. And I understand the sentiment too of, I can't see what my team members are doing when they're at home. So I can't gauge whether or not they're working proficiently or effectively or whatever, because I can't see it. So I get that. I understand that. And I understand also the absolute, if you will, or the extreme that's mentioned in the quote of, well, if you can't trust them at home, you shouldn't have hired them to start with. That's taking it to the extreme, I think, because, you have a new hire, no matter how good your interview and recruiting process is on day one, you just don't really know what you have in a new team member there. So you can't just say, well, day one, I would trust you to work remotely necessarily. So
Exactly.
I get both dynamics. And where I land is you've got to create, as the leader, you've got to create this happy medium or this happy middle. I'm all about the fact that leadership is about relationship. It's not about authority. It's not about title or position or anything like that. Leadership is about influencing others. Here's the definition I use of leadership: influencing others towards a shared goal. And I use the word influencing there because it carries with it the notion of a willingness, right? I'm willing to follow you as my leader. So you're influencing me. I'm willing to follow you as my leader. And so you've got to build, in my opinion, as a leader, these relationships inside of your team such that it doesn't matter if that person is working remote or if that person is working, right there beside you in the desk beside you. They have the same feeling of relationship, the same feeling of accountability, the same feeling of empowerment and being equipped to do their job done, to the point you were saying. They have to feel like they're set up for success, not failure. And I believe you do that as a leader mainly through relationship, not through process or authority or title or something like that. And so if you have those relationships established in your team, then with confidence, you can send them home and say, get to work, get your job, get the job done. I trust you that you'll get the job done there. Even, in our case, even though we were sending that large number of people home, I was able to trust these guys will go home and they'll get the job done. But also I was uncertain that there would be technical issues just because of the number of people all at once. But I was also very trusting that those individuals would overcome those hurdles together and then, getting the work done. So I believe you got to meet in the middle there with good relationships that enables the trust necessary to send people home and do their job there.